Man, this lady is amazing. Let me tell you something. Ladies, take over here. The name is called, it's called Elevation Season. Elevation Season. Y'all write that down. All right, Elevation. Let me describe this young lady. She was in ACA before, got out and started all over again. That takes a real strong woman to start all over again and hit back to regional vice president. Yeah, that's what you're about ready to hear from. She's a retired educator. She's a wife. She's a mother. She's the first African-American female regional vice president in the Midwest, a woman living on purpose, in purpose, and on purpose. Oh my God. Got a chance to see her up in Oklahoma. Without further ado, I want you guys to give a warm welcome to none other than Miss Nichole Woods, regional vice president.
Man, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Thomas. Oh my goodness. And oh my Lord, I just heard Julian go over those promotions. I wanted to take off running. If you guys do not understand those bonuses that are on the table for us, shame on you. And now, you know, and anybody who knows about this business, and I know we got leaders on the line, so I'm going to throw it out there in the universe. You all understand the power of a yes. You understand the power of a no. I love Mr. Al Thomas' shirt. I love my residual income. I want his residual income too. So I'm going to ask him on this call, I want your shirt. All he got to do is say yes or no. And if he says no, guess what? No means not now. I'm going to ask him again later. So I'm super excited to have you guys on this call. I'm super excited that you have yourself on this call. That's what's really most important. You know, us being on here and people pouring into you every single day. I just learned something new. I didn't know that this call took place every single day. So now I know I'm gonna have my happy hips on this call every single day so that I can manifest what I want in my life and get the training and support that's going to be available. So I appreciate you, Mr. Thomas, for making this platform available for us to be able to get on here, to share our stories, to talk about, you know, where we've come from, what we've done, what we're doing, and, you know, how we can all be a part of our own rescue and helping each other as well. So I hope you guys have your notebooks out. I'm a great note taker because sometimes I listen and I hear it and it'll bypass me. But if I go back and I read it, I'm like, oh my goodness, I see it a little differently. I'm happy it's being recorded, you know, because I take notes and then I go back, I hear it again, it's something different. But I want to talk to you guys right now about something that Mr. Larry Raskin said at the OKC event. That's where I was able to spend a little bit of quality time with Mr. Al Thomas, and anything that he says, it's always nuggets being dropped. So you want to catch them when you can, if you can, and how you can. And so, you know, in that room with him, you know, and being able to just see all the different leaders. Mr. Larry Raskin, any of you who were in OKC, let me see, how many people were in OKC to raise your hand? Yeah, leaders were in OKC for sure. You know, any of you who are in OKC, and we know that we don't always get to hear from Mr. Larry Raskin. Something that he said to me stuck out so prevalent, and I may have even heard it before, but this time it was so different. He talked about paying the price. And so that's what I want to talk about today. He really just, you know, put into motion about what it's really going to take for us to be able to win in this business. And so when he talked about paying the price, he was talking about how God doesn't make any junk. And so it's funny because I had put some of the notes that he put out there, you know, and I was sending it to certain people, so forth and so on. And I had a friend who told me, he said, well, Nichole, you know, I really don't believe in God. And I said, that's okay. Just wait. He's still there. He's coming. And so, you know, God doesn't manufacture junk. And I just thought about something before I even get started. You know, it's very important. So I want to take a moment to take an opportunity to pray. Father God, we thank you for this opportunity. We thank you for this platform that Mr. Al Thomas has put before us for us to be able to get together and learn and grow. Now, Lord, we want you to take precedence over everything that's going to happen, understanding that when we keep you first, everything manifests the way that it should be and the way that you want it to be. So we thank you, Father God, for the opportunity. We thank you in advance for everything that has already happened, what's going to happen in the lives that'll be changed because of it. As we continue to follow the system and most importantly, be obedient to you. We thank you in advance. Once again, we praise your name. And Lord, if there's anything that I've done to allow this prayer not to reach your ear, Lord, forgive me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, so let's go. We talked about it. God does not manufacture junk, period. So success is in your DNA, period. Success is in your DNA. And something that Mr. Larry Raskin talked about is that you are somebody's answer. And so he had us write down, I am somebody's answer. And so when I wrote it down, I said, I got so excited because the name of my organization is I Am Impact. And so the way that we impact lives and we can make an income while making an impact is so significant to me. And so, you know, when going through my notes and trying to figure out where the Lord really wanted me to take you guys today, because I'm only going to be this quick and I'm going to do some Q&As because I'm going to answer some things for you guys today, because it's sort of crazy, but there's always one answer that cures everything. And some people say, oh, no, not really. I'm going to prove it today when we're done. So listen, you know, what we do is going to be the difference. And so Mr. Larry Raskin talks about the song that you sing will be left unsung. Write this down. I put it to memory. He said, the song you sing will be left undone if you continue to life left unstretched. So we have to be stretched, not just in our business, in our life. Some of you are being stretched right now in your relationships, with your children, in your business, at your jobs. We have to be stretched, because if not, there's complacency. There's complacency. And so, you know, it's really not about you having to have all the answers, you having to know everything. That's what this system is for. That's why you have uplines, and that's why you do your due diligence. That's why when you heard Mr. Julian talk about the different promotions in the back office, he said, and go to your back office. You need to do your due diligence on your business each and every single day. You need to know what your organization looks like. You need to know who needs what, who's getting ready to be out of qualification, who still needs to have a Zoom, who needs to be CQ. You need to understand everything about your business, because I guarantee you, if some of you or those of you on this call are still working for a living, you know everything about that job. Now let's talk about that. Why is that? Why do we know everything about our job, but we don't pay attention to our business? Is it because you know for sure that you're going to get a paycheck from them every 2 weeks, or however you get paid based upon what they tell you you're going to get? Because remember, now they're determining your worth, but you invest in them all the time. You make sure that if there's a training that needs to be, you better be there. You better be there, and you better be first. You heard Mr. Thomas talk about who was first on this call. Why? Investments being made in their business. So you need to make the same investments in your business. But trust me, it's going to be a dog fight. And so I'm going to tell y'all right now, oh, the dog in me. It was not just what the Funkadelics and George Clinton, you know, made up. It's a dog in me. There's going to be a dog fight. So you got to be ready. Put on your armor to be ready to build your business. That's what this is all about. Somebody is waiting to hear from you. So you don't have to be the smartest. You just got to be smart enough to follow the system in place, making a list that's huge, and getting people on and off the list. That's it. You got to take ownership of your business. You have to take ownership of the space. You have to take ownership of what you say. You have to take ownership of what you do. Because I guarantee you, there's some people right now on this line who are, you know, still at the same position, and you've been at the same position. Now, this is what I want to tell you. Respect the position that you're in. Just don't stay there. I remember when I was running as regional director, I had to, oh my God, Mr. Payton, what do I need to do? I just got, and I was stressed out because I wanted to get to regional director. And he was like, respect ETL. How about that for a second? Help other people. You worried about I gotta get to, I gotta. He was like, be a service. He taught me true servitude. Be a service to others. And guess what? Regional director popped into play on its own. And then I was able to pop a regional director in no time because I respected being a service to others. When you take yourself out of the equation, you win. I had to learn that because I was like, oh my goodness, because I went through it for a moment again. Now I got to get to regional vice president because I had these regional directors, and these regional directors, were coming through fast, boom, 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 just popping them. And I'm like, oh my Lord. And I got this one who's strong. She like, look, I'm about to go RVP. And I was like, well, you definitely can't let your downline outshine you. I gotta go RVP. And so I said, well, how do I do that? Okay, Nichole, I gotta take your eye out of it and do something for other people. When I started to invest, now that didn't mean spend all your time there. Don't spend all your time with all your reps and you not personally producing. That's not smart. However, what you want to do is still be of service to others, because I had the servitude spirit that I learned from Mr. Stephen Payton II, who gave that to me. I just had to wake up, sis, and pay attention to what he was doing and follow that lead and duplicate. I was able to be of service to my other regional directors, my other ETLs, my other CQs, my other IBOs, and help them win. And then because oh my goodness, Mr. Payton, you are so super amazing. Because I was duplicating the system that ACM put out there for us to learn from, and that Mr. Payton was consistently teaching us every single day, and by leading by example, honestly, I was able to, even when I hit regional vice president, I have certain legs that are so strong, nothing's going to break that bond of residual income and being able to have my family's life being taken care of forever. So you want to make sure that you take you out of the equation and start thinking about other people. Because the position that you're in right now, no matter what position you're in, whether you just got started yesterday or whether you've been at the same position for 3-5 years, it's still God's timing. It's still God's timing. However, at the same time, I want us to be very clear. This position in this business, the positions are for us to move to the right, not to get excited about regional coordinator just because they put something new on the table. Congratulations, yippee-ki-yo, yay, I get it. You want to still move to the right. Regional director, regional vice president, senior vice president. I want to not just wear a shirt like Al Thomas. I want Al Thomas residual income for real. But I don't just want Al Thomas's residual income for real. I want my team who's serious, who's ready for the dog fight to have it as well. Now, here's the deal. There's some people on your team who are always going to be executive team leaders. That's their position. That's where they're supposed to be. They can change it because it can change when you change. And it also changes when you open up your mouth and you speak to people and you have Zoom events and you present in person, so forth and so on. You get people to international. Oh, but when you get them to international, oh, you got to come yourself. Write that down. It makes a difference. So we have to do the work. It's so crazy. I was thinking, I was talking to Mr. Payton earlier today. Oh my goodness. I was talking to her earlier today, and I was talking to one of my regional directors, Miss Audrey Allenby, last night. And when I was talking to Mr. Payton this morning, I understood something very clearly. We were talking about an event coming up at the end of the month. And he was saying how I deserve certain things and praising God. And I was just thanking him for his leadership. And all I kept thinking was my lack of success will not be due to the lack of training in this business. He's constantly training us. The conversations we have, even when it's not even about ACN, he's still training. I don't even think he know it. I think it just happens in his sleep. I don't know. It just is who he is. We can be talking about whether our habits and eating and the better ways of lifestyle and eating better, and he's still training. But everybody has a position. So if you have folks that are at ETL and they're not moving to RC or not moving to RD, RVP, SVP, that may honestly be their position. I was laughing with Miss Audrey Allenby last night, and we were talking about, so my mother always says something super crazy about, oh Lord, I'm done. And she's 73 years old. And I'm like, no, you're not. And so I laugh with her because the kids nowadays, they say, bruh. And so it's nothing I would ever want to say to my mother, but I was playing with her. I said, no, bruh, you're not done. Okay. All right. And she said platinum ETL. And so I was laughing with Miss Allenby, and she said, Diamond Plus ETL. We just had all these crazy names, but you don't want to stick there. But some people want to live there. So you go out and help those who want to help themselves move in this business. Everybody has a ministry. Everybody has a purpose. Everybody has a position. So respect the position and look for people who are looking for you. That's honestly it. So I was studying this morning and I get my Bible verses and then we're done. My Bible verses come up and it's so crazy. I was just, thanking God, and then and I journal. And so this popped up and it was Joshua 1:8. And it says, study the book of instruction continually, meditate on it day and night, so you'll be sure to obey everything. So you'll be sure to obey. I gotta close my eyes. You'll be sure to obey everything written in it. Only then will you prosper in it and succeed in all that you do. When I close my eyes, sometimes I can read what I see in my mind. So that's Joshua 1:8. And so I thought about that. I thought about what that means, what the Bible was talking to me about, and what it was telling me as far as my spirituality, my walk with the Lord, and how I support my husband in leading our family. And then I looked at it from the ACN realm. So you could call it ACN 1 verse 2. I don't care what you put it as. It's the very same thing in this business. When you follow the instructions given continually, meditate on it day and night, your business is going to grow. You will manifest, you will prosper, you will succeed in this business. That's the one simple, true fact. The founders of this company do nothing by happen chance. They do nothing by mistake. Everything is on purpose. Everything in this business is on purpose. And so even when you don't feel like it serves you, or when you don't feel like it's best for you, it's always holistically best for the company. Because you got to remember something, and this is where I got twisted. And I wore my ACN. I don't even think y'all can see my ACN shirt. I wore my ACN shirt on purpose. I love my ACN property up. I love it. Let me tell you what I thought about. And this is a little personal. There was a time when I wasn't producing. And I was super cool. I was chill at where I was at. And but the power in this game can also hurt you when you are not diligent and continually being obedient and following the system that's in place. So edification can actually kill you when you allow it to go here instead of here. So I was being edified for doing all kinds of stuff in this business. And so, yeah, I'm the deal now, right? Mr. Page should be laughing. I'm the deal. But what happens when you don't continue to do the work to build your business and people are consistently edifying you, it hurts your feelings, because if you're real with yourself, it's not real. And so it starts to hinder you. And so I got into a mode where, because I was being super grandiose and so used to how I was producing at my job and, so forth. And so I'm an amazing educator. I know that for sure. I took the edification for granted and I turned myself into a mini demigod. That's a great way to say it. I'm the deal. I'm that's how I felt. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And girl, wasn't doing nothing. Like for real, not fake for real. And so I stopped working. And so people in my business started working still. They're building their business. And so Miss Audrey Allenby, who's on this call right now, she was flowing. So what did Mr. Payton do? He does what any leader does. You work with the leader. Keeping it real, Roxanne, keeping it real. And I was in my feelings and I stepped out of a Midnight Madness that we do and all this other kind of stuff. And, and I was just all the way in my feelings. And then only person I was hurting was who? Me. And so what did I do? I got back in the business of being in business. But I want to tell you guys something. ACN is always about being in business. And so some of you may know the co-founders, I do as well, but this is a business. They may love you wholeheartedly. They may talk about you and know you by name. This is a business. This isn't a biz friendship. I don't even know if that's a word. You know how to be putting them little names together, Brady Jean and all the kind of famous people out there, Kim Ye, all whatever. This is a business. So it's never been ACN Nichole. Nope, because it's a business. And so my business is to run my business within this business. Don't get caught up in emotions. Don't get caught up when people don't return your calls. Don't get caught up when this person doesn't want to get qualified. Don't get caught up. Don't get caught up. Don't get caught up. Run your business. That's why Mr. Al Thomas is at the position that he's in. That's why Mr. Stephen Payton II is at the position that he's in. That's why Mr. Dean Terrell is at the position that he's in. That's why Mrs. Jocelyn Driscoll is at the position that she's in. Every other regional vice president on this line, every other regional director on this line, every other regional coordinator on this line, every other executive team leader on this line, every other, customer qualified on this line, every other independent business owner. Run your business. You have everything that it takes to win. So I don't care if your upline does not call you back, you don't get along. You got a back office. Run your business. Now, what you should do is utilize the support system you have in place. However, run your business. Everybody on this line that's serious about their business runs their business. And how do I run my business? I run my business by making sure that I speak to my upline regional vice president Platinum every single day when I can that he's available. What do I do by running my business? I make sure that I talk to my regional directors and my regional coordinators every single day. As a matter of fact, there's a gentleman on this call. His name is Darren Colonna. We talk every day from 9 a.m. to 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's the time that I've allowed it for him, period. So run your business, but don't do busy work, do ACN work and build your business. So now I want to hear from some folks. If anybody has any, what objections are you going through? Because I want to talk to you about how to overcome them and what you can do to make things happen. And I'm going to take a cool 5 to 7 minutes to help you. You can unmute yourself and say, man, this is what's going on in my business. What should I do? And I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do in order to make it move, in order to make it shake and make it happen. Who's going to be brave today and unmute themselves and tell me, some issues they got going on in their business so I can help you overcome.
Miss Nichole, how's it going? Sam Foster, Dallas Marketplace.
Hey.
All right. My question would be, what do you do a lot of times when you're out there and you're peaking and you finally settle in and you're making phone calls and either the people are not calling you back or they're making excuses?
Oh, that's real good. So, for those of us who have been in this business a short while and even a long while, I have people on my team who say, oh my goodness, I've run through every person I know in my phone and in my everything. It's so not a true statement. I'm gonna tell you why. Mr. Al Thomas has been in this business almost since the inception of this business. He still has a list. I want to look and see. Let me see. How do you make this where you can see everybody? Let me switch to gallery view. I see them right there. You still got a list, sir? Absolutely. Still got a list. So if he's been in this business since the inception of the business and he still has a list, please don't tell me in your 30 days you done ran through all your people. So what you need to do, and I'm going to tell you, I got a top producer. She is my #1 regional director in my business. Her name is Susan Roebuck. She still got a list. #2 tied right now are my mother, Donna Kelso Nelson, and Audrey Allenby. Still got a list. And guess what they do? They still create a list. My mother just started a gym membership. Now look, she ain't go today. Is she on here? Okay, yep, I see her. Ooh, she ain't go today. She was supposed to go. She's supposed to go to the gym today. She ain't go. Y'all know what we do in January, and she still didn't go. But listen, got a gym membership, and what she gonna do? Meet people. Darrell, I see you over there laughing. Still ain't go. It's okay. I'm gonna go with her tomorrow. I'm gonna make sure we rock this thing out. So, and we all have a list. So even when you feel like you've done it all, let me tell you, when I went to promote the last time I spoke on this call, I put it out on social media and I started to tag people and I was like, oh, I got my pen. I was like, oh my God, I ain't talked to this person in years. Still people on there that I had not attacked, I had not talked to, and then people who even told me no. So you still got a list. So what you got to do is recreate your list. Sam, you already know. I know you asking for somebody else. I can show no, you're not asking this question for yourself. Recreate your list. Get them on your list. I see Catherine Williams cracking up. Get them on your list, get them off your list. That's it. Bada boom, bada bing. That's it. And so how do you rectify that? Have a Zoom. I'm telling you, I can't wait for the next question. Have a Zoom event. I don't care if it's on Zoom. Have an in-person event. Mrs. Susan Roebuck, we just did an in-person event for her last week. Have an in-person event. That's it. And so somebody else is saying something here. Rita, who's actually in my group, she says, gave up for a minute because I didn't feel successful. So I literally stopped. Couldn't get people to even get on Zoom calls, even when they promised to. Mrs. Roebuck is on me right now to get back on my list. That's it. But since you asked me, I'm telling you, Rita, you got to follow the system, sis. You doing it your own way, willy-nilly, kind of, sort of like you listen to Mrs. Roebuck sometimes here, there, everywhere. So you jump in, you jump out. And so you double dutching or you straddling the fence. You're going to get shot from both sides. That's what it is. Yeah, don't feel guilty because guess what? You're not by yourself. Your success coach right here did the very same thing. I thought when I got back in ACN again, that even though I helped Mr. Payton, I was bringing him up and watched him bypass everybody. But I felt like, and he said, man, she's even helped train me before. Yeah, well, guess what? That was the past history. He zoomed. And so when I got back in, I felt like I knew everything. I don't need him to tell me that much of nothing. I did it. Remember, you even said I trained you before. Like it was almost not smart of him to say that because once again, who was making themselves more important? Me. So when I humbled myself and actually fell on my face, and had to humble myself and decided to follow the system, it started to work. So when you take yourself out of the picture, follow the system, they're not seeing this business because they know you, Rita, to do what you do. You're not following the system holistically, like 1000%. And I can say that with transparency because I know, and I talk to your success coach and I'm watching and I see you dip in and dip out. And I'm only telling you this because you are great. And you can be great in this business. Like I know you. You took my wallet home almost. Remember? You almost stole my wallet. That's an inside joke. She didn't. But I know you can be great in this business, but you have to follow the system. And so some people get so grim and they get upset and they get overwhelmed that they hear the system, the system, the system, the system. It works. When you go to your job, you follow a system. If you are in a relationship, you are following a system. With your children, you better have a system or they're going to kick your tail later. There's a system in everything we do. You got to follow it. I'm going to take 2 more questions and then I'm going to turn this back over to Mr. Al Thomas. I don't want to negate my time. Anybody else? Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Anybody else? You want to know why I know it ain't nobody else? Because you know what I'm going to say. Follow the system. Have a Zoom event. Catherine's shaking her head. I love you, Catherine Williams. Every time I see you on the call, you make my day so much brighter. Follow the system. Make a list. Get the people on and off your list. That's it. We got folks on here right now from Japan. It's 8:00 wherever they are. Still got a list. Still gonna get them on and off the list. It's 9 a.m. in the CA and in Las Vegas. It's all to get them on your, it don't matter. Listen, I called somebody one time and I knew it was 8:00 for them. And when they picked up, I was like, wah! And I screamed. I think I told y'all about this. And then when they called me back, I was like, oh my God, you scared me so bad that you picked up. I done messed around. I said, whoa, but since I got you on the call, listen, real quick. I just got to tell you, I'm having a Zoom event tomorrow at 6 p.m. my time. I know that's 3 for you, but I need to, and I just went right on into the system. I went right on into the inviting language involved, but I scared them, even though I wasn't really scared. It was just a tactic because I could never get them on the call. So when I called late at night, knowing that they would be asleep and they know, oh my gosh, she's not going to be calling unless it's something important. And they picked up and I screamed and hung up. And then they called me back like, you okay? You good? Oh, girl, yeah, I'm good. Listen, I was so scared you picked up that phone. Look, I be playing games all the time in my business, but it's the dog in me. I'm ready to win. So whatever it takes, as long as we following the system to win, that's all it takes to do it. That's all. Look, it's so simple. We complex it. Oh, I got friends that's so super. I'm putting all my team on blast today. So what did Derek Colonna do last night? He was on the call and I happened to call Miss Allery. And I don't know what in the free world he was talking about. It was so long and drawn out. I was like, what is he over there selling? Because he was so engaged that this person got on this call. Finally, he wanted to overdo what's so simple. It's the business. And we laughed, me, him, and Miss Allen, we cracked up laughing. He was like, man, I did sound like a salesperson, didn't I? I'm like, family, what did you over there? What are you doing? You know, and still, when he get them for an identity theft customer today, I said, this is what you do. When you signing them up, you know, man, I'm so super excited. You're going to help me. Listen, just by you being a customer for me every month, you know, or since you being a customer, when you pay this bill, you're going to feed hungry children. And I'm going to get a kickback every month just for you sign up for this service. And I'm excited because I thought about you and I thought, man, you could be getting this residual income for yourself, but I'm happy that you decided to give it to me. Yeah. Don't it bite differently, Sam? Ow. Oh, the dog in me. Yup. I'm going to make sure you remember not to forget that you had an opportunity, because what you will remember is that I told you, and I'll make sure you don't forget that I did. So that's it. Let people remember
Woods.
not to forget that you gave them an opportunity. Somebody unmuted. Who did?
Yes, Miss Woods. This is Ismael Arredondo.
Hey.
California. Hi, how you doing?
I'm excellent. Thank you for unmuting.
Yes, you know what happened to me? Just with Al Thomas open, it's like I spread my wings because I was acting like a chicken, you know? Chickens don't fly. He helped me to learn how to fly. This is what I did myself. I want to show you this because that was my idea how to create this. Then we started talking about sending people to video and then get back to them or they get back to me, right? Mm-hmm. So I create this flyer. And this logo that is right there is in Spanish, it's in English. And I just passing by to people, give it to them. And it's asking them, hey, you want to earn money? Go to the video, and this is my phone number. Get back to me. That way, I don't have a scarcity of people because I live in Hollywood. How many million people live here? I mean, it's just my thinking, you know.
Yeah. So let me ask you this too, and that's a great analogy to move towards. Have you gotten everybody on your list, off your list that you know?
Oh yeah. I was in the past. I was spending time with people who said no. Okay, fine. I'll leave you alone, but let me get to you later, and I get back to them later, But I give them the space to respond to me. Okay, I'm getting tired of this. Don't call me more. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yep. And tell them you're sorry, and you'll talk to them soon. And then when you talk to them soon, it's the same thing. What you made up was a great concept. You still, and there's a 50-50 with that. So 50% of the people are going to come back to you, but you have no way of reaching back out to them. So I say keep at it.
I'm like an armadillo with a skin very thin.
Right.
You know?
Right. And I'm a bald eagle. So I, with a dog fight in me. So I get it. Keep with that concept. But what I want you to do as well is still call those people back. And you may have to tailor your conversation too. So I had to go and tell people, listen, man, I know you told me don't call you no more, but I got to let you know, I care so much about you. It's so many new things that have come on the table and on the plate. Do me a solid, do me a huge favor. Can you please just take a look at this one more time for me to see if it's going to make sense this time? I'm telling you, you're on my mind. And I keep saying, Ishmael, I'm not going to leave you out. So I need you to see what we have our hands on. I just want you to do me that favor. Now, if you see it again and you say, oh no, I don't see an opportunity for myself. Okay, guess what? All I can promise you is I won't bother you for a while. Now, I'm not saying I'm not going to bother him again because we're going to talk, but I'm not going to bother you for a while. And I see how even super supportive that you've been for me. But when you keep with that warm market, and if you feel like you ran out of your warm market, you still want to have a conversation with yourself. Mr. Al Thomas has not ran out of his warm market in almost 30 years. So if you still feel that way, recreate, go find a new place to eat, and go find a new place to work out. Go do some things where you're now meeting people that become your warm market, because the flyer is great and that's going to attract some people, but it's a 50-50 and you're spending money almost that you don't have to, even if you may have printed them up for free, if so, congratulations, but it's a 50-50 when I know for a fact you got a warm market for you to be able to have a Zoom or a home event. So that flyer, if they get back with you, great, have a Zoom, still attack your warm market. Still talk to the people that you know. Tailor your conversation to meet them. Listen, Ishmael, I know how hard you work. I get it. I've been watching you for years create for your family. And I know what this opportunity can do for you. And I know when you saw it the last time, you were like, oh, not really. I just need you to take a look at so many new things down the pipeline. We purchased other companies, and I know how this can be a blessing. Do me a favor. Give it another chance. Can you give me 20 minutes of your time and see this again? Not for me. I want you to see it for you. I keep telling myself, you're on my list. I'm not going to leave Ishmael out. I want him to be a part of the greatest shift in wealth the world will ever see. And that came from Warren Buffett, not me. So can you do me a favor and take a look at this one more time? It may be how you have to tailor that conversation to them, and still stay within the inviting language that, your organization uses, for sure. But great job. I can't wait to see what comes of that, because I'm under the grand impression that, if it works and it creates and it continues to work, bring it to your upline so that we can implement it. If not, let's figure out how we can tweak it and make it better, or let's just go right back to the beginning again and follow the system that's already in place. That's where I'm always going to lead my team back to. That's why Mr. Al Thomas is smiling the way that he is, because he knows that we do all kind of crazy ziggity boo stuff, but it always goes back to following the system. Last question. Anybody else have one? And then we are done. I'm gonna turn this back over to Mr. Al Thomas. See, y'all smart. Y'all said I'm smart and I'm smart enough. Is that what you? Well, listen, I love y'all to life. There's nothing you can do about it. I know that Jesus loves you more, and I'm so excited. I'm so grateful. I'm so blessed to be able to be asked. Thank you, Ryan, to be asked to be on this platform today, to be able to share with you. I thank my team for even jumping on here, and Rita for being so transparent. I love it because I know you want to win, and I know there's nobody that gets on these calls who don't. Everybody gets on for their own reasons, to learn something, to get something, to do something, to be something better than themselves. And we got the golden ticket. That's it. We got the golden ticket to be able to transform our lives the way that God truly desired for it to be. So, on that note, I appreciate the thank yous. I want us to go out and be productive. Let's actively do our business. Let's not just talk about it, be about it. So that's going to require you guys to dig a little deeper. There's an event coming up at the end of this month, April 23rd, the Emerge event in Dallas, Texas. Listen, you got to dig a little deeper, get there. If you got a team there, set a goal for your team to be there. Me too, Roxanne, I'll be there. Set a goal for your team to be there, and to be there with people, not just coming by yourself to be a seat filler. I don't want to be a bench warmer. Yeah, bench warmers get rings too in the NBA, not here. So you want to make sure that you come with people. And then from that event, we build from event to event, continue to build your business. And then as we move, you then want to go ahead and you know me, Fetty Sherman. You just called me Nikki. Nobody else on this platform outside of Donna Kelso Nelson could say that. Lord have mercy. So listen, from event to event, you want to go ahead and build to the September, October, Fort Lauderdale, Miami event, period. And you want to come with guests. You want to come with business partners who have new business partners who have new guests. And then you also want to come being able to be promoted to the next promotion. That's it. We build our events that way. But we don't need to go just taking notes, making sure it absorbs, and we hoping that it comes into place. Because of this platform being built, when we were at Dallas a couple of trainings ago, Sam Foster and Julian Lewis rented out a whole room for us to be able to get mastermind leadership. That's what leaders do. They understand the concept. And guess who was in that room? They're leaders. So your goal is the next time a Sam Foster or a Julian Lewis does anything, make sure that you make them feel like, oh Lord, I done made a mistake. All they people in here, I can't even get my people in here. That's how you need to be at the international. Oh my goodness, I can't even get them in here because all my people in here. That's how I'm gonna be, because that's the dog in me with a bald eagle effect. That's it. That's all. I appreciate you, Mr. Foster. I can't wait for the next time you give me an opportunity. I jump at it every time just because I love to be surrounded by greatness. That's it. And so when you can, you do. So I appreciate you guys' time and attention. The call is yours. Thank you again, as always. just to hear from you, it's priceless. It's priceless. Thank you, Fran.